Hi everyone, today we are going to draw cylinders. So I've got a collection of cylinders here. I've got some household cleaners. I've got some coffee cups. I've got hair products and a water bottle. All of these things are cylinder based. So maybe they have a fancy top on them, but they're basically a cylinder. So this is a candle. It's one of your most basic cylinder shapes. But if you notice, the bottle has the same shape. It just has a lid on top. So we're going to collect all these kitchen items. Okay, even this little dropper bottle or this bottle of sand, all cylinder based. We're going to collect those. We're going to have at least 10 of them, and we're going to make a drawing of at least 10 cylinders. Okay, so we want to draw in our sketchbook. All right, so we got our sketchbook. We're going to turn it to horizontal position so that we can fit all of our cylinders on our page. Remember, we got to have at least 10. So we want to start by doing a pretty basic cylinder shape. So take a look at all your cylinders you gathered. What's the most basic cylinder shape? I have a toilet paper roll. If you took my Art 1 class, we've already drawn some toilet paper still lifes. We've drawn them from life, so you guys have a little bit of practice with this. But like I said in Art 1, what I like about toilet paper rolls is that they're the most basic cylinder shape, super easy when you're just starting out drawing. You can really tell that the sides are straight and you've got this nice round top with the bottom curve that matches. So that's what I want you to pay attention to first. I've got a cylinder here. I've got the top. If I would hold it straight, obviously toilet paper rolls get all bent up, but you can basically tell that this is a circle on top and then there's a circle on the bottom. But if I change my view, if I changed my perspective or the way that I'm looking at it, then that circle flattens out depending on how I'm looking at it. So see, I'm turning it. It's getting flatter as I look at it more from the side. So I want to set this up and I want to try to draw what I see. So I want to make sure that I am looking at whatever it is that I'm drawing. I'm going to set it over to the side and I'm going to draw the top, which is starting to be, it's a flattened circle. So it's an oval or an ellipse. And then I've got to take these sides down. I want to make sure that I'm connected over here on the sides, okay, to the circle. I don't want it to be, I don't want to draw the circle over here. That doesn't make any sense. And I don't want to draw it out too far over here. So it's got to connect to the edge of that circle to be believable. Now this bottom curve needs to match the top curve. So however severe the curve is however severe I need to make it at the bottom. So this curve needs to match this curve. If I'm looking at it in a different angle, if I'm looking at it where it's more flat on top, then I've got a really flat oval. Then the bottom needs to be really flat too, okay? So it all depends on how you're looking at your cylinder. That one looks a little bit wonky, but we're gonna go with it. If we make mistakes, we just keep going, right? We're practicing, it's not a big deal. We just wanna make sure that we're getting as close as possible to whatever it is that we're looking at. So first I'm gonna look at this jar, this pizza sauce jar, okay? And I'm gonna set it over to the side so that I can have a nice distance so that I can see my, my curves really well. And I'm gonna go ahead and draw that top. Again, it might take you a few tries. It might take some erasing, that's fine. Now, even the lid of this is a cylinder because it's got straight sides. It's got the top and then it's got straight sides. Now remember, I've got to do every curve to match that top curve because if I want it to be believable cylinder, then all the curves have to match. Okay, so I've got my little part that comes in. And with this guy, he's got a rounded kind of this, I don't even know what to call it. This is a rounded little edge here. So I want to make sure that I'm including that in my drawing. So I've got that going on. And I'm coming down on the sides. And then my bottom curve, like I said before, has got to match that top curve. Looks like my jar is a little short, so I want to kind of make it a little bit longer. Okay. Now, you guys know, you've seen me draw before. I kind of draw sketchy, and then I clean up my lines and erase all of my sketchies. That's how I usually draw. You have your own little style. You'll get in a little groove of how you draw, and it's probably going to be different from mine, and that's okay. So all we're focusing on here are the contour lines. Contour lines. We're not worrying about shading. We're just really trying to get these forms down. How do you make your lines curve in a way that makes this look like a true, believable, cylindrical form? Okay, so you've got all these different things going on. Even this little medicine dropper one, you know, that's going to look different. Okay, and make them all different sizes on your page. So this one also has a curve on the sides, and it has a little bit of a neck to it, and then it comes up and it has the lid, and then the lid is the same curves because this is just a miniature cylinder, really, and then it's got the dropper top, which is also a little cylinder. Okay, so you're just drawing all these little cylinders, doing some practice, filling up your page. All right, happy drawing.